Hey, my name is Patrick, and we're going to talk about how on Solex 481 secondary throttle valve operates. So if you need to see how the primary throttle valve works, you can check out some other video. This time we're going to talk about this part of the carburetor. So right now we're driving at let's say at highway, we at the 70-80% of our driving, and then we need to kind of just get more oomph from the engine. So kind of reaching the maximum of what this primary valve can deliver. Just show you, this is the bottom plate. Okay, something like this. Yeah, and then so those are the primary throttle valves. Those are secondary throttle valves. I'm just gonna kind of show you how it operates. So it opens, and as you can see, before it reaches 90, the primary reaches the 90 degrees. This valve starts slowly opening up. See, slowly. So, so let's say when this valve slowly starts opening up, then vacuum, which is this powerful force from the engine, where it just tries to suck anything it can inside the engine, inside the pistons, the vacuum starts pulling the fuel from the fuel bowl right here into this little passage, and then a little bit of fuel mixed with a little bit of air coming in through those imperfect closings of this air valve gets mixed in, and then more oomph comes to the engine. So let's see if I'm going to show you. So this is the top of the air horn, exactly the same. Let's see, should probably get a light. So you have those passages right here. It's a very simple system where you have this tube, and this fuel right here, it's coming out through those holes right here. Yeah, it's that simple. Now, what ends up happening, at some point the vacuum holding this dampener, normally the vacuum pulls from the engine, pulls on this dampener in such a way that this stays hard. Like we're talking, you cannot even open it with your finger. You have to really force it to just do something like this. But at some point the vacuum lessens, this dampener gives in, and then the part of this air valve is being, through the forces of the engine, is being opened farther and farther. Right here, opening farther and farther. And as that happens, few things happen. When this air valve starts opening up, this whole thing starts moving. Maybe put it at an angle so that you can see, maybe. See, yeah, this whole mechanism is. And so let me explain what happens inside the engine. So let me just go to the schematic. All right. So now we're opening the secondary throttle valve farther, throttle plates farther and farther, and now we have a bunch of fuel coming in, not only through our mains. Tons of fuel is being dumped into our main throttle plates. Now through our secondary throttle plates, also lots of fuel is coming. Not only through that little hole that I showed you, just where the tube goes in and just nothing, just fuel gets sucked out of it, but now also because this whole device, as I showed you, is moving up, that allows metal rods, those right here, two of them, okay, those metal rods lift, and through that the fuel can be pulled through this tube, which is this bigger tube right here, two of those tubes. Yeah, again, this one doesn't, it's a stripped down version, so in other words that will be those if you can compare those two things. Yeah, okay. So now the fuel is being pulled through this tube and starts coming out through those right here. So, and it's mixed with some air that also enters this tube as well. So now we have insane amount of fuel being pulled from the engine, from our primaries and secondaries. And because also you have those air valves open like this, so you have tons of air also coming in. So you have tons of mixture happening, where lots of fuel fuel, lots of mixture, and then lots of fuel are coming into the engine and producing the sound we all enjoy, the you know, the engine that at its highest RPM and highest pull. And that's basically how this stuff on the Solex 481 is working. Let's see, just show that for the point of clarity. And again, those are drawings from the manual. So if you have the manual, you can kind of study those drawings. And alright, so you can compare those two drawings. There are some differences. So in other words, here the primary throttle valve is open almost totally. Here in these drawings, it's open maximum. As you can see here, the throttle secondary throttle plate is partially open, and here's open to the maximum. And now if you follow, you can see that there are certain differences. So in other words, when at partial, say a high force throttle, all the fuel only comes out through this opening right here, and at full throttle force, it comes out through this opening and this opening at the same time. And those are the main differences. So let me just show you. So again, I'm going to go from the top. Maybe from the bottom we should do it. So okay. So you see, okay, so we start opening the throttle that we're driving at the typical, this is our typical driving, and then we kind of need a bit more oomph, so we slightly even put our foot on the pedal farther. Now the secondary starts opening up a little bit. So right now we are in this more or less scenario, see, and now we go farther and farther. Now the primary is almost totally open and secondaries are kind of quite open. And now we are in this scenario. Alright, I hope it makes sense, and I hope it helps somebody to figure out how to work on their car Solex 481 carburetor. Alright.